friends, welcome back for another thrift haul. I'm having the best luck this summer with my garage sailing. I've got some good finds here that I got over the last week. I'm going to show you how I plan to style them. Some of them I've already got places for. Some of them I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with, but I will show you kind of what I have in mind. So let's go ahead and get into the haul. So you guys know that I'm big on garage sailing. I don't go to the thrift stores quite as much during the garage sale seasons just because I'm really aiming to get out to those garage sales. But I did pop into Goodwill the other day and this is what I found. I think this is a really unique thing that I haven't seen a lot of. It's not to say that they're not out there. I just personally have never run into one before and I think it's really, really cool. So you know that I'm collecting all of the tarnished silver. I absolutely love the way that it looks. And I think it's really pretty. This one doesn't have a ton of tarnish going on, but it does have a little bit. But what I love so much about this is I'm not a fan of cleaning my tarnished silver because I love the way it looks. So a lot of times I can't actually use them as serving items unless I, put a doily on it or something to kind of protect. I don't know if it's bad to eat off of something tarnished, but in case it is, I like to be cautious. This has a little serving dish that comes out of it, so I can actually use this, which I really love. I will probably use it for Halloween, of course, but I mean, really, this is something I would use for any get-together party that I'm putting on to kind of put food in. I just think this is a really cute little dish, and it's actually anchor hocking, which I have some anchor hocking pieces. I love the glasses. I've got a picture. But yeah, so that's the brand, and I haven't looked up to see if this is actually old. It's probably not. It's probably from like the 60s, 70s, 80s, I don't know. But I just think it's really cute with the little feet on it. I did pay a little bit more for this than I would have liked. This was a little over $7. I can't remember the exact price. It was between $7 and $8. And like I said, it was a little more than I would have liked to pay, but it's also something that I can actually use. So it was worth it in my opinion. And while we're on the subject of silver, I found this at a garage sale. This cost, oh gosh, I think it was $2. So yeah, it kind of looks, it reminds me of like a little clawfoot tub, but I think this is perfect for the center of a table to put some, I knew you could do anything, but I think some kind of like some leaves or flowers or do some kind of little arrangement in it, I think would be really pretty. And I love the little feet on it. It's actually interesting to me because the inside has worn down a little bit and you'll see there's actually some gold in there, which is surprising. But again, I love the little feet and I just think it's a cute piece, very unique. I spent $2 on this and I think it's just a perfect little centerpiece. At that same garage sale, I also got this, which if you have seen these before, they're fabulous. They are for your stairs. So they've got the cutout here. Think of all the times when you need to take something upstairs and you're just not quite ready to go up yet. If you have stairs, you know. And so I've actually had my eye on one on Amazon for like a couple of years since we moved into this house. And they're like $50. So when I pulled up to this garage sale, I saw it before I even got out of the car and I like ran over to it and grabbed it. It was $2. And I actually really like the color of it. I think it's really pretty. And the other really cool thing about it is it came with this little organizer inside as well. So you can either use it without the organizer or you can use it with. I've actually already found this piece of it to be super useful so that if there are some little things that I need to throw in here, hair clips, whatever it is, I can just throw them in this thing. And although it sits in here, I can pull just this out to take whatever I need to take upstairs. So this is just a handy little find. I love functional and pretty, and I feel like this one checks both those marks. So $2, so excited I found it and I didn't have to pay $50 for one. Now I have two mirrors to show you today. This first one I found at a garage sale and it was $5. It's wooden and just kind of has this really pretty frame on it. It's kind of beat up and old, but I of course love that. And I just love the shape of it. It's just this little horizontal, I guess you could use it vertically, but I have it set up to use it horizontally. And yeah, I just think it's a really pretty wooden mirror. I love the frame on it. And I actually love that the silver kind of has some of this like wear on it. I think that's really pretty. So here's the other mirror, and this one is special. This was given to me from my aunt. It belonged to my great-grandmother, and my aunt said that she had it in a spare bedroom in her house for years, and my aunt just always remembered this mirror. And she said she didn't necessarily know why, but it was one of the things that she wanted to take after my great-grandma passed. And she never really found a place for it in her home, and so she thought it would fit very well in my home with my decor, and I completely agree. I love it. It's really beautiful. I love the deep colors in here, and I just think it's really pretty. So I actually have this one and the other one paired, and I got this one the same day that I found the other little $5 mirror, and I just think they fit perfectly together. So a special piece, and I will have it forever. And then we have this beautiful stained glass piece. This was actually one of the items that the sweet gal who I bought the mantle from gave me. So I shared a couple of things in the last video that she gifted to me while I was there, and this was one of those things. I just forgot to share it, so I wanted to add this into this video, and I think it's really beautiful. I am not someone who experiments a ton with color, or at least if I do, they're usually deep colors, but I think this is a really beautiful way to kind of add a little bit of color into a space by just placing this into a window, and I love it. It does have a little crack. I don't know if you can see, but it does have a little crack here, but I actually loved how she had kind of collected these and hung them in her windows, even though they weren't like her actual windows, but she hung them there so you could still see that effect of the light streaming through and all of the beautiful coloring. So I think this is a really special piece. And yeah, I have it in my sunroom currently. That's where it is living, sitting in a windowsill. So then I found this book at one of the garage sales, the one where I got the $5 mirror. She actually sold me both for $5, I believe. So this was kind of along with it, and it's really just beautiful. I love the colors of it. I thought it was really great for fall. I used it in my fall decorate with me. Yes, I love the gold on it, and I loved this detailing as well on the side. So really just a beautiful book to decorate with. And it says it was published in 1953, so it's not like a really, really old book, but it looks nice on my bookshelf. So now I'm kind of into collecting older boxes. This one doesn't look like it's super old, but it does have some details that I really liked about it, so I went ahead and grabbed it. It was at a garage sale for $5. And I love pieces like this just because I love to be able to store things in them. It's got these little brass corner decorative pieces, and I really liked the wreath on the top of it. I think that's really pretty. Now I will say the color of this is very cheapy gold looking, so I think I might take some Rub and Buff or something and try to darken this up a bit just to make it look a little less cheap, I guess. I don't know. I look at it and that's what I kind of see, but I like the detail of it, and I think it's pretty. I don't think that this is an incredibly old box, but I do like pieces like this for organization. It's just nice to have functional pieces in the house. It's got a removable organizer in here, and then it's just a plain old box in the bottom. Now I will say the bottom piece, the nails aren't secure, so I probably need to get that pressed down a little bit more, but I imagine somebody used this for their jewelry or something of that sort. And yeah, I love having little storage pieces to tuck things away in. I have been searching for dining room chairs for over a year now, probably a year and a half, maybe 2 years. I had some gray mid-century modern ones that honestly were just what fit in my budget several years ago, and it was really the only option that I had to upgrade what I currently had at the time. And they served us very well, but they really didn't fit in with our decor. And as some of you know, we did do a makeover on our dining room, and they just did not fit the vibe. So I felt like we did all of that work and it just didn't feel complete. So I was looking for wooden vintage chairs at the right price, because chairs can be really expensive, and if you need 6 of them, they get really expensive. So I was very lucky to have seen on Facebook Marketplace somebody post that they were having a garage sale, and there were a picture of these chairs. There were 6 of them, and I honestly, when I was going there, because they didn't have the prices listed online, I really didn't think that I was going to be walking away with those chairs that day, because I assumed they were going to be selling them for more than I would kind of have in the budget. But to my surprise, they weren't. They sold them to me for $100, and I think they're really beautiful. They're all very sturdy. The only thing that I don't love about them is the cane seating, just because I know that it can wear out really easily. It's not an aesthetic thing for me. So I think it's an easily fixable thing by just getting some cushions, some little tie cushions to put on the seats. So that's kind of the plan. Haven't found any yet that I like, but I will be looking for those. And yeah, I'm gonna show you what they look like in the dining room. I am so pleased. And then we were able to sell our old set for $120. So I really love, if I'm going to be updating my furniture, to be able to try to make it a wash or even make a little bit of money off of it if at all possible. So in this case, I was able to buy these and actually make $20. So then we decided yesterday to go to the architectural salvage place here in town. They have so many cool things. They are very, very expensive, but lots of genuine antiques, and it's really, really interesting to go in there and just see all of the things that they have. But the reason I wanted to go was to look for some hardware for the door in the living room. So we updated that door to an old vintage door that used to be in an office building. When we moved in, there was a sliding barn door there, and it didn't really fit our aesthetic, and we decided to swap it out. It took us a long time to find the door. I still need to do some things to touch up that door a little bit, but I really wanted to replace the hardware on it because the hardware is rusted. So there is probably a way to clean it up, but I just kind of had in my mind that I wanted to swap it out and do something with a little bit more interest, but of course something that's still vintage. So that's what we went there with the intention to find. And I only got one side because these things are not cheap, but I found a really beautiful one. I'm gonna put these on the outside of the door. I knew I wanted a brass plate, and I just thought this one was so beautiful with the detailing on the edge. Ours has a keyhole now, so we knew we wanted a keyhole on it. And yeah, this one's actually cast iron. It cost $20. So I think that's really beautiful. And we ended up getting a doorknob with it. So I really just envisioned having brass with black on top of it, and then next to the wood tone and the white on the walls. That combination is really the combination I'm trying to carry throughout my house, having it be the predominant theme of each room. So obviously we'll have things in each room that give it its own character, but the main kind of color palette we're going for is having the black, white, rich wood tones, and brass. So I thought, how pretty would it be to put this on that old wooden door? I knew I just wanted a black knob. This is an old one. It's not perfect. It does have some imperfections, but I think that's okay. And this one had this little brass piece back here, which not all of them did. And I think it's going to look really beautiful in there. I'll show you guys. I'm hoping that I can get this installed. I haven't tried yet, but I'm hoping that I'll have it installed so I can show you guys what it looks like in the living room. The doorknob cost $10, so together I spent $30 on this combo. So at some point I'll go back and I will probably update the other side of the door as well, but this will be on the outside. When the door is open, it will be the original hardware for now, but I think this will be really pretty. So now I'm going to show you some clips from the architectural salvage place. I have a few just to share with you so you can kind of see. I know it's always fun to see what antique stores that aren't in your area carry. And like I said, this one is a true blue architectural salvage. So they, you know, save these things from old houses and then mark the price like way up. And they're really beautiful things. I wouldn't go there to buy just anything, but if I really need specialty detail pieces like this, or if I needed actually like a wooden architectural piece or a door or a window or something like that, that's where I would go to pick it up. So they're definitely pricey, but more than anything, I love going in there and just seeing what they have. And then, like I said, finding specialty pieces there to elevate my spaces. wanna know, what are some of your thrift wins? Have you gotten an item that you've been looking for a really long time and then you got it at the perfect price, or something that just felt meant to be? Leave that down in the comments below for me. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and then I'm gonna link a couple videos here for you to check out if you would like to see more of my thrift finds and how I decorate with them. We'll see you very soon in a brand new video. Bye.